Right, fantastic morning. Another Saturday. Now, to watch your son, ya bandi and ya buy next, so ya did some of bro, fear man on a bit the same. I'm what ya see, and more non do me no in Sports Arena is the name of the show. Now, ya bandi there, and they wouldn't say if you in somewhere, but the best chance here, the FIFA Club World Cup is on. Ya African reps are calling you on her young fat. Now, Melody Sundowns, the surest bet. We have 4 points. Area Diasa. No, I will. It's the performance of the African reps and whether Ghana club see sooner or later, a bit to me I join this FIFA Club World Cup in Libya. If you say no, you might have 30 years and son yet to me. Well, about how I know so seven yet. Now I know I done China over PMO and some of course of powers of focus stories so Hanam and Neddy Bars. Hey, new coach our but and then van and then fine and then ban and then fine. Wow, it's very how and so has the folks have no SC at here or Hormo. I know at Tanchaya, Kumasa Sane Koroko started almost signings and another season, another clear out. Massive, yes, yeah, but how I know so SC at here or Hormo. Now, I know at Tanchaya boxing on some more. Yes, the president of the Ghana Boxing Authority said, Adumano, on your beam or the sea form. Or the SEO, but you boxing in sense, when you kakra, I was sending on some so see at here or animal. I remember about Zoom last week. I say a Zoom and never Zoom. One of Ghana's players who bought a Club World Cup before about him come on here. Sanya didn't see here. I didn't say Ghanaian clubs. We beat my Kwakwa Jomudi. Yes, I don't only be Brennan and actually Kufu. And the was Sports Arena. So and now your Tokrumuha. Yes, I go to Krunimashe, but of course there's boardroom. The boardroom so I call her and the share our board no so Mustafa Jidin and of course my man V Park Sorry, or my super squad and name by Filippo 2K for the 7-year producer Pablo Amashalai. Sarah had directed show and a camera sound set. Yeah, ready at Madina Sumo. Show me Sports Arena. Many in Kejwana Kasa, Erica City Body. Saturday be train one basima. Yaba, you bet was so rain. Right, as I'm Kwaba, Sports Arena, any Jumadi Day, Madika can line up for the show, any big I remember my moi. Yes. Now, 0249136744, 0249136744. No, but you have video message ya Fabana, Yakin Kai Ede Ama. What? Ekitamu Chuku, and you best say the ball roll, you best shot the FIFA Club World Cup on one some media by among groups, how African for a group to know city. But the boy and son, I want to me and qualify and compete more the next stage. You ever heard the parents of the next stage and Shasia and Nenona at the Honsam and so a day about live on Adom TV. Now, you kind of sound on the channel. So, mama say Zoom no epic here. And I say Kwambia so Zoom no epic. And then you were a guest on the Zoom. You did the FIFA Club World Cup. Don't come Kanti channel so sa for mama. I be for mama Kwaba. We be a kuyi there. The radiasi next Sunday and coupon the chain another Saturdays here Sports Arena. Man for last week na feedback in your bad even though na ye quickie do. Na your bad kra. Na
there's a kobo pie.
Yes.
And by body
here. In fact, Club World Cup no baby I born I be doing pump so the can't my impression, general impression about the whole tournament. Na fe Ababe Africa for the Ghana for no. Power your general impression about baby Edri round of 16.
Eriko, I'm in charge for production team. In chair one kasa. In chair brapeni din. Yen am ne mai.
Chair brapeni. Namuna bana. Na odi sala. Obi ani wo fia odi sala. Kotra. Obi sani bia o se she free.
Every 3 weeks. About a month.
And I take you to she free.
You go to pay the basi.
And this can mean some made in my reverse. Odi en she free. En she free. En she free.
It's namne mai. That was just by the but Eriko. Me if you are saying you tournament to be a very good tournament.
Okay.
Adding here. Format necessary. And yet to say that there be na European teams no be more semi. And indeed, so format no bono. They favor European teams. Because I'm not dominating this tournament a lot. I think Corinthians being Sao Paulo being no money. A few other clubs and now with me the trophy or move in Europe for not dominating. And now because maybe a number both they just had 2 games to conquer. The new format last week the differences at the continental level. Into Africa, Mukaya competition is starting. Now I'm very optimistic. Say you beat me up.
I do baby.
A dean convincing me, because then because of his level of expertise now, what about my Melody Sundowns? Let's root say at least one African team will go. But I think from day one, clearly the African team didn't come to the party. Ali have been dominant in Africa, and let's not forget that this is the best star represented from Africa. All the teams there had either won the CAF Champions League at a point in time going to that competition. I think Club Lyon pulled out, and then one other club, the Ebeshim. So, teams now call from the African perspective. Now it was good, but you know why?
FIFA and EU
FIFA
of ownership.
Ownership. Okay, me that's it. You know why? And clearly, our output showed without Man City, typical case. Clearly, without could have made an impression. Near chances, but both 2 years when new baby are. When Mamelodi Sundowns needed 3 points against Fluminense.
Surely.
And clearly, I say, Niamana they favor the South Americans and then the European teams. Inter Miami, that's who. And of course, they have to rely on the brilliance of Lionel Messi. In that Porto game, after saying that, on the first game, they are drawn, right?
Drawn, I'm Ali.
Ali, they are drawn that game against Porto. No, he win. They won it, and it clearly tells that Messi is still instrumental in that team. But the dominance has been with the European and the South American teams. Interesting battles in the round of 16. I'm not so disappointed with the African teams.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't root for them from the beginning. Say they would go beyond the group stage. We were hoping Sundowns could have at least be the standout performer from Africa. But yet the exposure alone is good for the African clubs.
Exposure.
I think going
is that why not Sundowns SA?
Some of the South Africans there. And even if you look at the blend of players in that South African team, they have players outside Africa playing that Sundowns team. They have Brazilians, they have Colombians, they have a great squad. But unfortunately, you're intimate match. And I think this tournament should have favored Africans because of the weather factor. They play a role in
the heat.
So my home games are, even when the teams are training, they are big industrial fans Omuyusu or the ground. Africa, 29 degrees, 28, 30 degrees, 33. And yes, so much of a temperature. And the South Americans are using it to their advantage. They play in the heat. And so they are used to it. But unfortunately, we didn't capitalize on some of these advantages. It's a good, it's a learning curve for us. A bet we pay up the interest in the CAF competition, especially the Champions League. And remember, teams be invested because they would want to be at subsequent editions. But for this one, Africa went represented, added up to the numbers. Unfortunately,
I'm
making any impression.
Wow. But back now, how Ghana can also get there. And, yes. Because we need a representation. I mean, in the next World Cup, Ghana club be Sujina will be a BFA. Yeah, giants in Africa, but giants in Africa near West stage. First one will be Ankobi, second one will be Ankobi. Teenagers that baby. 5 years, I can't come over. I can't protect him. I mean, we will come back to Ghana. I didn't general impression in Africa for one more than.
Oh, tournament in there so far has been beautiful. My only worry is that most of the teams look very tired and exhausted, especially the European teams. Even the African teams, you could clearly see
they had a toll on.
Yes. As a season here, boy, and traveling around Africa, you know how it works. Nti omoko tournament ni na a show. Maybe so more peak at South American teams because they are in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
And shouldn't affect you on that match. And just like Oku said, temperature no they are very okay with 34, 33, 32, 29. They are cool.
Yeah.
And shouldn't affect you. And I know at the right time we'll come and talk about next season. But these teams going that far, it will affect them next season. Especially looking at the timing of the competition. Time and the time on a few break.
July 13.
Yes. Until they'll have about 2 weeks break. Come 2 weeks later to come and prepare. Just about 2 weeks, they are starting the various European leagues.
And then even in December, there's AFCON in Morocco.
And
but already now almost any preseason because already around next month or maybe not preseason so because preseason
and them say this time and now you're on a rest period. Until you look at the likes of Liverpool, Barcelona, United, Milan, maybe Milan, but all the clubs, Napoli and all those big clubs now. Resting on Arsenal, I'm for more resting. I mentioned Barca earlier. Until Anko compete. So how it will go, but I just don't want to deviate. So maybe at the right time we'll come and discuss that. But if you look at African teams, Majidi said a few factors may affect Africa. One, tactically, I said tactical lapses are teams. Your game management, and it's also quality. The goal for what quality?
Yeah. Your biggest blessing from this tournament is the financial cushioning.
Thank you. Because Oka Financial, no, Sundowns at the $12.55 million dollars. With that, any Ali at the 11.55. I think Sundowns 12.95, then we 11.55. And I even know more way and we as a thief at around 9.8 or something. And they could fee all $1 million. So financially need the omegeni. Now, if you look at the tactical aspect, if you look at all the coaches at the tournament in them, Marcel Kola and Che and Ali for Jano Kwanom Kofa Rivero de Nebai. If you look at the coaches at the tournament, it be someone who say Real Madrid coach, City coach. These are the elite club coaches, you know. How many of these teams, how many of these coaches now coaching the best clubs in Africa, no? And the teams will be appointed almost one member coaching.
That's the truth.
Even the best coaches now on Moba Africa Hano, they come abroad my pass on my prime and on my peak on my
even how many of them will be able to manage this European and South American?
Thank you. So omo kakra na ye background na obeka so omo agidin kakra e we Europe bi omo a coach some of the big clubs e we Europe no. Omo ba at the time omo twam we Europe.
So like Abraham Grant?
Yes, we come to Europe. Evan Grant says, what is a European club? The Portugal, what is it?
Sophia,
thank you.
One of the African.
Is you know with Zambia?
Some of Zambia, not the
Zambia.
You know, but the point is, I don't know whether he's still there.
He's still there.
Okay. And Sir Abraham Grant here, you know, what is the Portugal, crackers open? With all due respect. And most of these coaches, you know, Abra or Mwechum. Another issue, and it's about the tactical win, is when you watch with that against Man City, game ended no Pep Guardiola can say clearly no chira say Tokro like adwene wo fam coach na adwene no wo fam oh yeah o kan you mapi o say first half no na omo dominate na second half no na say with that I revert as some tactics omo ye bibi kakra tio eno kra no gidi say eboa omo ema mutumi hold on to Man City and Obama. But so say he was very diplomatic. But the other thing say adwene na wo fam the way almost starting game no man starting here. She game Ali any FC Porto boy. Ali were leading 2-1 in the first half. Game management. Second half Porto bete Ali share Porto bete Ali share 4-3. Game management. Ye game ne we na watena we sans draw. And a kai me about Zambia. Any China, a women's World Cup. Zambia da form 3-1, na beti say China 4-3. Ye pon game no, na Zambia draw. Game management. Yenim. A lot of stuff.
Who polish no? The inferiority complex is showing.
It was a question I was about asking.
Yes, and
with regards to Sundowns and now more Sun.
I don't know. I don't know about.
Is it the money? And I say, what would you say? My idea getting 4 points.
4 points.
Say inferiority complex.
And we are World Cup. You are just 4 points.
You call 2006 World Cup. Brazil sharing. Your bobo. Your bobo.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, dear.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, dear, the Jacob.
Yeah, accepting mediocrity.
You call your Nijap Germany. Germany for share. Germany na kwaje World Cup. Germany kwaje World Cup. So many about 2-2.
They need the only side. They don't trade draw.
Man, person man ka say ntia nipa. Nti no.
That's a young board draw. It's a fact.
Nti.
Yeah, so that game, the Muga Mupa. Do baby, at the point we're leading.
At the point, then at the point you lead, Baba draw.
Thank you.
Tactical switch. Closer.
Any Portugal crab boy.
Oh,
Qatar.
Fatal chip ball. So, they fatal, yeah. See Ronaldo ball. Ronaldo teams no almost send the debut. But what's in the boy? Menyini say Portugal ni ebia Lithuania crab ball. Na Lithuania share ebia 1-0. And now goalkeeper na che Ronaldo ball no be General Castle. Yes, Ronaldo mo na ye I say ball no ye ceiling people look up to. But menyini say Lithuania goalkeeper no cra or admire no on be called dressing.
Was it the performance? As in the year no.
Sabo funa mo yusu na no inferiority complex.
Oh, that be ebia na ni na when you watching and say Ronaldo short, but
when you watching Ronaldo short,
be say watching ball.
Oh, now watching Ronaldo short,
and yeah, Ronaldo short like watching ball. He's happy. Don't you want to say yes?
It was our team now, no, Sado.
Let me say that's him now.
Jolly, I serious. And see, Medina said, and no more one of the few factors are affecting. And idea bakwa, as Africa, you take a big lesson from a timing. Timing is everything. Timing. In life, timing ye BBR. With that, they change your coach and some more tournament way. Ali changing the coach. Mamlodi Sundowns changing the coach. And it was clear, say, coach is now. It is say your coach exams on the day of the exams and 3 days to the exams. Near more a friends and learning material and lesson notes. But
that case is not different from Real Madrid. Madrid went to the World Cup with a new coach.
Look at the quality of Madrid.
No, you're making a point, but they make who can watch technical.
Madrid exposing.
But even in the first game, Madrid struggled.
Yeah.
But exposing. Say exposing, man, make come and then you look at the disparities between the squad. Real Madrid quality, National Sundowns, National Ali, National Wydad, National Tunis. And the squad in Ankasano, we our world class team, and I also African class team.
Well, Matthias, so
these are the few factors are affected, and it show clearly said the ball World Cup and Casa for national teams. The same thing, and the Africa. Because you call World Cup,
even though you're foreign-based players.
Yes, you call World Cup. You can't about coaching, you can't timing, you can't game management, and you can't so World Cup. Your mind behind the Europeans, the South Americans, no more lot of quality or more countries. Yeah, so we have the luxury say better talk big players in our African continent. And when it say you big players now, based in Africa no more born. Best teams in the diakon. Best players in the baby or more near the Omako. That is it to Mutima for the Omokoyeno, Omo level ni. A chile sounds to say your potential no a polishing.
But my entry the various groups, entry Africa groups, and if we have a entry where the African clubs in the torso in their various groups, just by way of information, I told you we are Ali area group.
Only 2 points.
Ali on our screen, Ali group on the Palmeiras Inter Miami Porto warrior. We are 2 points. But they were Ali
or default.
Okay.
Group number 7.
You call the other group. You share other. Now in Group D, not Esperance has 3 points. Yes, yeah. Flamengo 7, Chelsea 6. Esperance. Not the group no more.
In the tournament now you call it.
Yeah.
You about 12 games. Yeah, we need just 2.
It's fine.
And you
lose 7. You see. Esperance group near. I am called the other group. So you share Sundowns to Sumian with 4 points. Dortmund early day Palmeiras to Sumian or some fund there. I'm saying Mama Bobrebia. I got Sundowns a team patch of 4. And Sundowns in Yaya. And what's one. So you try. You try the other one. Man City Juve. You with that. Oh,
and the
small technicalities a game no mean normal the way.
Yeah.
On say FIFA says 8 second rule no. Say we delay ball 8 seconds.
Ronald Williams search no.
Your first goalkeeper again or tournament in Mamlodi Sundowns.
Yeah, Ronald Williams.
The second goalkeeper with that. In Africa you call it so kochire.
The referee no say no ka say dada Yehowa no. It's what she no jinjina mo say.
Me were not they were leading or son.
They are Obeko tournament, you be oriented.
Yeah.
It is one thing FIFA will do.
It's before this, some for this to fade. it's me
for form when you saw
na be ne be do
Ghana
yeah
yenya nu ho
there always something me rubbish
ma me ma case na me typical case bibi ni kotoko so mo prepare for Africa
yeah
me pacho Dean you are good at that Erico you are good at that league ben na wo wi ase a o ma boy wi professional league unya access to prize money not even the information league ben apart from Ghana league what to say FN about almost a month after the league what to say FN about say last season summer takes nya $33,000 to the tune of 500,000 Ghana cedis this season what to be regarding prize
say yente dia na just 500
debut but what
o say nim dia yente ti say summer takes
media ma winning league no summer takes be nya sikabro no so me boa
yeah
this season what surprise money
but in the case of no updates just say the ho no a
we nya 500,000
say yente
da be no me de be mo
o say the YG there
be part your CAF calendar no about registration about o mama deadline clubs no are they to present their players to CAF for official documentation in the time business can be ba na bia no be so no so man na ye e dey transfers
but are you informed someone some kind
Obianka she we on Adom TV I won't just come here what it will be the only information I know is say Kotoko we need FA Cup Chairman was Senator said on radio that it is 80,000 for winning the competition 100,000 for African preparation has the GFA
100,000 not about dollars more saying
I just said me here
maybe
$10,000 has the GFA
8,000 7,000
okay. Has the GFA in any of their reportage any of their communiques put it out there say Ombema BBN Gold Stars 1 city and 2 cities me patcho mbisa I stand to be corrected so how do the clubs prepare and
no but I na Spanish La Liga and EPL for them one no omo wi a omo san be bosso because when we know the prize money because you
omo release crowd
bibia here everything is bare
dem fa bibia nsie
and you see it is sad say yeah because when will we play at the FIFA Club World Cup per report a 4-year project right FIFA is considering say on
2 years
cutting it down to 2 years so it means that if it's 2 years next 2 years teams bra across Africa and others they will go if it's 4 years we are looking at a 4-year period 4-year period is a long time but you hear investment in our game and it's sad to say you put a league triple the teams in the Cobo Africa so we are still resorting to justify your inclusion yes clubs and that's so much
and who say the biggest clubs now they are supposed to have financial muscle no more big na you say cash work on no justify inclusion
Kotoko is big in Ghana but you say financially your problems and what the other leagues have done they say despite the fact you need a big man to invest in your club like we saw with Pyramids in recent times Sundowns is owned by FIFA president CAF president Patrick Motsepe who is one of the richest men in Africa I think they worth around $3 billion I stand to be corrected
from Forbes
yes so these owners Pyramid in recent times what they have done it goes down to what investment I believe that in these leagues maybe a broadcast Kabeba Ali and the rest they can fill their stadiums they accrue money for match day tickets match day ticketing Ali for or museum be they have ways of getting in revenue they are their clubs in the first place the one who is the organizer of the league also is scared for how long have we run a league without a sponsor for how long have we had issues with broadcasting and last season is kind of munya maybe free broadcasting and this season you have almost a season now we are not clear what broadcasting those who broadcast the league is given to the organizers and you see international clubs no more and they get treated like this and it is sad BBN Gold Stars on what financial grounds are they going to Africa? Maybe they can have
Thomas more cash kakra.
gold is kebi tareho. Parerico. Dreams are to reach the semi-finals to get what? Is it $700,000?
Kakra ba fie.
Meboa. Ukonu and do sa level now. It's a job in fruition.
Na level no ko root tifi
it's a job without any
$700,000 what to take kakra fi mo. Say Ukonu ha. What to no aboka gu hoda.
When do wa aboka? What you say? So basically, yeah, Boliga, it is not strengthening our clubs enough.
So you think in the next 1 or 2 or 3 World Cups?
Some will be born in 4 years, sir. Can be 4 times 5, 20 years from now. Yeah. Now you have serious people running because metnasia mintimi ntiasi ntia if any biggest product no mo ye ne basa bikeke. And the clubs are to blame.
Okay.
I'm no form the association. If they okay with it that. And I don't think say any club now, no disrespect to Kotoko and BBN Gold Star, I don't think they can go and make an impression in the CAF interclub competitions. Because
your impression.
You Ntebe for no on the world level, your best na Ntebe.
Ah yes, I'm going to one day.
But Ntebe no crown no young Ghanaian clubs you do Ntebe no level. Or is that
well that's true. Well,
you cannot compete with Mamelodi Sundowns.
Or with that.
Work be
or Esperance.
Esperance be bo. The other club, Ali die. Obe ye ofin from.
Obe yamo.
When was the last time a Ghanaian club was dominant against these clubs? Amabo Mudi.
Adom.
TP Mazembe in Pomo struggle at the moment. Pyramids, Premier de Augusto. Even Yetria for San Pedro for Crentimi in Shom. So it will tell you we are miles behind.
Just to come miles.
Oh, Aruko, I'm being
then a miles.
Yeah, what you? Hey. But it didn't be about the tactical gap. Everything we lack.
Then also who say young oh my in the next about a 4-4-4-4-4 and a 5-5-5-5 just a 30 baby.
So let's do this calculation. Then you answer your own question. Me a lot of research on the financial implication of playing the CAF competitions. Now, almost say a range between $100,000 to $140,000 per travel per trip.
100,000
to 40,000 dollars per trip. And only a flight. And someone, a few people are many on Mokasai, any research in a year and HSA, a chunk of that money, it goes into traveling expenses. You know, it's very expensive to travel around Africa.
Into we need Ghana League, per what we saw last year, $33,000.
Thank you.
It is not even
half. So, you play 2 away games before and qualify. I know you're prelims, and some qualify for the group
stage. Yeah.
Prelims and CAF $50,000. Into about 2 away games, I say, we're spending $100,000. Yes. About 2 home games, you feel into spending $50,000.
That's $300,000.
That's $300,000. Into about $300,000. So one qualifier, you're more $50,000. What about $250,000? So qualify now group stage, you're more $700,000. $700,000 and you play 3 extra away games. That is $300,000 cheap. I said the least $300,000 for the 3.
Into the prelims no one.
Yes, next $500,000.
Yeah.
Nowadays, 2 home matches obo prelims any 3 home matches you 5,000, 50,000, 50,000, 100, 50, 50, 50. Until next $250,000. Until $250,000 or they cut $500,000 and one. And we are $750,000. And we are a 2-4 ball.
To say I'm farmer cry.
And no, a 2-4 ball. Until me, my the least expense I will be.
So what is the point?
Until club will be $750,000. And I say, $1 million. Why you ready to be competing in Africa? When you are for expenses, we have not talked about squad. Obey recruitment, transfers, and kind of wasem. So the point I'm making is financially we are not up there.
You're handicapped.
You can't compete.
Yeah. Just say
I ask you can $1 dollars. Now man for who say a chicken fee.
That means citizen man for what you say.
Who winning league no? Na fan say 6 billion na. Kwa ku check 6 billion. And I tiskano 6 billion and
5 billion.
Into the any say ndom de bi aka 6 billion.
No $33,000.
Into the fan say 6 billion.
Share 6 billion.
Into fan say $40,000, $50,000. Who the fan $50,000?
50. Who they $40,000.
$40,000.
When you pay the normal
Into $40,000. Say you can the amount no. Into me more one home game.
Debbie.
Into players now better no crowd the men can want say. And Sana Ali or more technical team. There are about 20 people on the technical team.
And 4 years ago, I learned their budget was around $30 million.
Yeah, in the last 10 years, on average, around $20 million in the last 10 years to compete in Africa.
But in life, Obia aspire to go higher.
Yes.
It's the only league na clubs that are more born.
Yes.
With more back on him. Is it to just win the league and I am
Megidi say your concentration.
Standard no.
Your concentration there say you be it ton.
Yes.
We should concentrate on that. Baby a born do no. It's sad. You know the first Champions League final. It was played in Ghana. It was played in the Accra Sports Stadium. 30,000 capacity. But today, CAF Champions League, you need to or to call even group stage.
I said last 2 seasons ago, Media McCoy.
Final.
There be group stage.
Group stage, okay. And no, last season we didn't go.
Last 2 seasons.
I'm talking about the
Samatex
and I'm talking about the current.
Okay.
In America, send the Champions League.
The last time we go group stage.
Okay. Maybe then I rephrase in here. Currently, we don't have a team playing in the Champions League. When was the last time a team from Ghana won the Champions League? It's more than 20 years.
I check. That was 2000, right?
2000, Hearts of Folk.
Yeah.
When was the last time a team ever final in the Champions League? It was the same time. We are
retrogressing.
Said Omanya, the whole Africa, say, Yen able to host the first Champions League final.
Even when the Confederation Cup was rebranded.
2 teams and a ball finals.
Let me make us just how huge the country we are in football.
I think every year about 56 clubs and a ball prelims for CAF Champions League. 16 per and a qualified to the group stage. 40 clubs are dropping. Into about 40 clubs in a Boca in Africa. It is a conversation we have to have. We have to talk about this because of 40 clubs and to me drop it from the Champions League qualification no maba no win at the car aba and the 16 clubs in the compete no check the last 10 years about 10 of them are constant and they omo call compete with that years Setif money Sundowns no Ali mono omo senya huge money so omo dey eba be compete biom gap no e sa be widen biom
well I am critical.
The discussion should be around how our CAF ever support clubs, you know, especially when it comes to travel expenses.
And realistically, Dean Osha, even in recent years under Motepe, no, things have been better now.
Well, you call Afconi or more, I think airline deal be a subsidized trips and all and so forth. I think this is something they should do. And yes,
African thing, and I say
it's an African thing.
African thing.
But the problem is, one at the back one didn't touch on very important for people or the clubs at Chiako African. The flights, the tickets, the travel expenses. And you see, when you go to Europe,
Benga FC. I think 3 or 2 seasons or 3 seasons ago, I'm qualified for Champions League. Omode, Trotro, Sprinter. And no mudi fi Mali. I bet travel by Ivory Coast bebo game. 24 hours. No more spending no more the bebo.
Look at the risk.
So your cut cost.
And I'm look at the risk.
When they playing is a ton team no playing.
I sad say we develop a transport system so well in Africa and especially Ghana, Accra. And the bottom line is say it is not only with CAF.
Okay.
It should be an African agenda.
Yeah.
Well,
various governments.
I'm telling
they
you,
have filled the continent. They have filled.
Only go by flight.
You remember
You
2010?
go by train.
I remember 2010 Champions League. Jose Mourinho famous 3-1 win over Internacional, over Barcelona. Only Inter. That time no say real man you kusu said the geography form no make much lecture say bro no.
Why your geography of school?
Oh, David.
Okay. Well, I am going.
Best afford travel by
yeah.
by road. I think almost coach and I train.
There was one Arsenal player now
on per flight.
Is it Beckham?
I
stand to be correct.
Beckham.
There was one Arsenal player.
Dennis Beckham.
I think it should be.
Oh, okay.
Beckham.
Dennis, yes, yes, Beckham.
On flight, on Ghana Hanka Beckham no on match bia.
Yeah, far from was the flight. Comment ça santé Kotoko? Ye mu na ho na when you say transfer window no the aye no Kotoko so sign bi. Kotoko sign bi. Kotoko sign bi Zakaria Husseini, goalkeepers coming and you know signings baba anya sanketo akra. As what you said, no can say when Kaizer Chiefs Kobo Toyota Cup, you know, recruitment also cost an up and kind of kita Jessia or people no come up there. I know you guys are moody recruitment nechi near there. One more represent here in I don't know what to say. Mama Mengaza.
Pachoka Savi.
More representing Ghana or the Confederation Cup. Signers neck also at the recruitment that gold I bet me akwa be Africa. So far,
even if you have the best of recruitment, the period say team they play together. It's technical. What's the word? Direction. And more both together as a team. They're limited.
Because now the coach in the future is uncertain. Whether
Kotoko,
new coach back or
Kotoko can't be doing.
Almost Zito Nana
per report. And it's
by reports. Is it confirmed from the club?
Okay.
So he's a without substantive or not a year coach. But I say the air is the air quid the
Oh, the Safu Dukuankasa one about was.
Eriko. One. I don't even think Kotoko have done the best signing so far.
Oh, how?
There's
a career for saying a bad player.
He's one of the best centre backs.
Remember a typical example. Currently,
Aziz Haruna Dari.
Oh, Rico Jaidi.
Aziz Haruna Francis Aqua. The Francis Aqua is a warrior.
Aziz Haruna Dari from Bechem United, right?
Ono se Betinya no.
Debbie Jeuno.
Hubejew, yeah.
Eriko.
None about who is Vinicius Junior. Maybe Vitinha.
Nipa Owini, the recent Ghana Football Awards, best local best player. Your friend is saying. But your friend is saying,
Benjamin.
Obo Nation, so a centre back.
Razak Simpson.
Thank you.
Oh, now then Benjamin Winnie.
Benjamin Winnie.
Best goalkeeper. Oh, okay. So the best player Razak Simpson.
Timpa Joe. Once a GFN organize awards. Omukana.
Yeah, biache.
Ain't you know, me used to the Ghana Football.
But on our screen, yeah, really the players are Abakoro Konibi actually. I can't say that. Oh, yeah, short name.
Yeah, me used to the Ghana Football Awards because they have been there for the past 7 years. Very credible. The best local-based player was Razak Simpson.
Yeah.
It's Kotoko after him.
Reports.
Can they afford him?
Yes, it is very likely Grasshopper Red Gates, you know. Talks on advancing.
Join the Kotoko.
Advance pa.
May your analogy be okay? Thank you. If you join Kotoko, that is good for me. You go king back to back. Wine.
Amankona.
Turn on to me. Meba. Meaning say over can. Kotoko. Even if it's not Amankona.
Faisal Chawati.
Who was the second best goal scorer?
They have the second best.
Amwa.
Yeah, and they have Faisal Chawati from Nations.
So realistically, if Kotoko wants to do well, they should be looking at, if not the best player, the second best.
Okay.
Or third best per our local standard.
Okay.
But they have Kwame Poku too.
Is that Kwame Poku is a household name? Is that what they are doing?
You can't also say we're not paying attention. You could see talents now. For talents now,
my analogy is
because Poku wasn't a household name. Poku was also a risk take about by fine.
So even when he returned in the second,
it's not necessarily Nipana or first or second best.
Mama,
you could identify a talent and go for him.
Mama preamble. May say, okay. Let me digress a bit. City and okay, Manchester United. Some person back to their glory.
Yeah.
Enti wakofa Wolverhampton Wanderers best player. Imatu Cunha. Who provided 20 goal and assist plus. As part of their recruitment, they are looking at another top player from Brentford. In who? Brian Mbeumo.
Yeah.
I want to about 20 plus goal involvement.
No, but you are so
Cameroonian, you know.
No, Cameroon also Obama.
Oh, Obama.
And finally, Obama.
Because in the last World Cup in Mbeumo.
Because they were now near brace of no.
Then they are looking at striking options. They are looking at one of the best players in terms of numbers ever Europe, Victor Gyökeres. He's mentioned. Per reports, no, may come Manchester United. So let's come back to Kotoko. I feel they should be doing, if not the first best, second or third best. Not justify your inclusions. And you see, your standard and I drop you. Yeah, admit it. It is sad, say, your body season a year. Hitherto, has Kotoko, we are attracting all the big players from these small teams.
A farmer on the hour.
Me pamucho mi nye bebre. They are making a nyano cry. Mon country me. They were attracting it. They were attracting them.
It was a pride to play for.
Even if Enyesi Kasema, there was pride. Send your DNA kano, and then the likelihood say, "Ube we need Laurel at these two clubs."
Yes.
Now, the other clubs now small. They are competing financially.
They've catch up with them.
Ain't you not say Razak saying no? 125,000 euros. So Oscar Fabra.
Price on boy, no.
From what I saw.
Yeah.
The market value, no.
What you say? And you know, you should be attracting these players because for Africa, Frederick Asari is gone. Kamara only experience. And you see them at the back in all this makes me say, Omo coach 2 seasons ago. Or was it just
last season?
Thank you.
No, 2 seasons ago.
No, Africa young area, season.
Okay, say I'm for 2 seasons ago.
Or what that experience? Even when Zito took the Dreams team, a rookie on the African soil, he had a blend of experienced players.
Yes.
So there was John Entry. John Entry,
very
for Almazri Pyramid.
African continent there.
At a point in time, he was the highest scoring foreigner in the Egyptian league. I don't know if somebody has spoken that.
Black Star, Mama, later. Uno. No man better than
Sometimes I don't
know what came. Those times are not one picky pan, the boy you call AFCON. AFCON, Uncle B.
Not chairman team throw Facebook in answer identity no friendly player. One him chairman America. You see or cafe boy Juma. So there was John Entry, there was Godfrey the Triahene. There was one of the best young talents in Abdelaziz Issa. They have Solomon Agbesi,
one of the best goalkeepers. I think he was even the best goalkeeper in the tournament.
Yes, I was saves. Yeah.
No, no, so if you ball no boy no pride. When you start our house.
Hey yo.
If you nipa.
So Eriko,
but to be obi blessing no. Asare ne de. Asare akasa no blessing ne di na chi ne. So Agbesi had to pray prayers for Asare to Brabas.
Emi Martinez. So, Eriko, when you look at it, Karim Zito had youth and experience. And what he did, no Not dreams, no pressure, and that is also that is also another factor.
Okay.
But Kotoko, hey, Kotoko,
the show back what?
The expectation.
I don't think that Kotoko have a squad that. Sign is not where now. I place eh?
So Vitina. I'm a video back on but that's a mere Vitina a video back on. But it is good to have a mentor. Obia opesa obobo to say.
Me say Vitina no can Wolverhampton Vitina na say
your PSG Vitina.
Aha, and your PSG Vitina there ne akwai.
Oh, brutal.
It's your brofo mu say am time near the metronome. E compacho metronome no tiase.
But all video no.
Busquets mo twetwe am ko chip dia Vitina ye no. And we Ghana one. We had metronomes in this country. Division 1, Division 2 football. Those days there were players almost free ball.
Yeah.
They go ball
on your and
on your ball now.
You know the problem. Yeah, we coaching deficit and a conversation we don't want to have.
And also can
they would really
and
not talent.
Yem person you better have us a conversation. You will coaching deficit and gaza. Me matie Black Stars technical team members, past and current, the Omoka and they were not direct, but what the young person Omoche in and said,
not drop it.
The boys and the bar, technical, basic techniques in the crowd they lack. Me see your coaching deficit, just like we are bashing the referees. As I see in your time and casting discussing coaching, me say, a friend saying. Coach hine money
coach Otia Kenting.
Oh, that me can afranemu and CK Jemfi.
Did we have those coaches? Did we have their blueprint?
I say coach, you know, omo would the call. With all due respect to the coaches, they are doing well. But baby, I see you do know. You omo for do 50% in pole. You lucky and kasa. What me say? You were raw materials no. I can see a bit develop you because a player if he hanom no call Black Stars. Na it or more say or lucky basics are. Then there is a problem. Eh?
Well,
Mr. Body Meba
from the grassroots.
In the last 10 years, how many local players and now Europe and now outside the corridors of the country? No, I really
out
for 5 years. And your cause for concern, Anna, say you go king, your best player, or less than 5 years.
No, Abba.
Now, if your argument in the chroma for the money for a month pay us, you are promoted into your so, and you are and coach in the crime pay us on my movie. A bunny send or beefy Cameroon, or beefy Gabon, or beefy Togo, or beefy Ivory Coast, or quite no boy. Now me Kwame now Kwadia McQuire is a coach in Pemas and pleasant it into it is a conversation which you have.
When call African countries,
North African countries.
The Biagana player, I am fan about or the Meka, Missika Kaho, Mamma,
you free. What of or more or Maghrebian countries or other places?
Appeal no players no more appeal away. They are not in mainstream Europe.
Thank you. Now, or mainstream.
The average sika will be due Ethiopia.
$2,000.
Oh, can you boast same?
Until I'm business. Okay.
They're gonna play with Pajisca Power.
I think it should be around $1,000.
I think Richmond Lamptey deal was massive.
No, ma'am, or Ghana, local league, so around $1,000. I know a few players.
I don't know for a fact.
I know a few players or more. But I know they are around $1,000. Maybe 3-4 players are matching.
I know players on Ghana Premier League. Almost salary into 1,000 Ghana cedis.
Oh, that one.
1,000 Ghana.
I'm telling you.
It's true.
I know players.
But Obo, next Obo baby to say. Bechim Obo to say Winchin and so far a year. Menkasef Sikani you.
Because standard of living.
Menkasef Sikani you. Don't get me wrong. A year. Now, whom so not about Accra now, Kumasa dia. Accra the Obewu.
Come on, seems like some text more books
some pay well.
yeah.
Oh, Gold Stars, Gold Stars like this. I know. I know. Oh, Hassan Kotoko they are paying very well. I know. Say if you media man so it you most part it you are very well.
That is why there should be a standard salary cap.
When you go to Nigeria Women's Premier League, an average salary of $500.
As I said, but
well, maybe the next Congress.
Yeah, club. Oh, I remember me boom.
You said in the Congress.
Say yeah, mark up now. We not make us say.
It's like you and has today that the new coach is here. Did Dramani, the backroom staff na yet tell the bad is but just as Obesha Masina no, but it be asked some of boom. Yes, it won't mean signing player. Once a deadline a come any idea, won't you $100,000 and blah blah blah. Nasa babim, yes, say multiplayer be card da the caucus. I feel no one some about my year. Just say, man, as work transfer no. I hear something which is there, so they have to settle our debt when you know so that they can be able to buy. Any so nyasem ketwa. Sky be so na mo dia kofa di so abai. Oh. Mini cry has there no
mini
oh
the mini
ne recruitment committee kafina
they were
kafina cry
veteran cry can one cry
mini where
my dad was can was that Aquila say and crying
recruitment committee all put together a bar recruit players all put Watara in there now
tell it
Watara before open Nekeno then all of a sudden Watara FA coach he coach then did Dramani Iba fee and Omadika neke oh age 50
I say
a few come and I think the right thing must be done. We have to insist on the right thing because New Edubiase also needs money.
Yeah.
2 seasons ago they nearly qualified for the Premier League. Omo dey nam say edi we buy no. Younger post there be Baseke. So Baseke wo mu zone num. Enti omo na nanka omo ba I say Baseke overtake omo Baseke e dey qualify. This season they didn't do very well. And the Utie Abdul Salam Jacob interviews are why and I listened to him on Asempa. The opposite or children no uhwe ni dimi na ne na
100,000
and apart from that I say on person bed drag issues. Wamana is simple. That school of thought say and a player and a board den do a negotiation. Me say me ton watch 5 million. Uni scammer. And to talk now ko use watch na ka say what you crowd we na me nim say be ye nya sa na be ye no na ye wasem.
Yeah, once negotiation.
Me no we and once ye dey pen ato paper so say ade na me ton 500 Ghana na wo ma me 200 Ghana no. Me kan jem say bi ade no kra no the way na wonim say be boy dwuma nim say alam no kra no e be wo soama fie ho bia te say time aso ye nsori ni ade but wo hu ni sa no it's your business. We are done. And okay. Has for folks should find a way and settle that issue. Mate say almost $20,000 be I'm say 40,000 or so. Na
also the obeje bi was all the famra na sa na me so sa.
But on ka so obeje.
So some obesum.
Also they do also obeje no.
On nyina o se si Robert ase na wate so kakra. But course when nyina ye oh chale ndo hu ye mobo ho te.
On man ka se so ye munipa. Abdul Salam is
like course na ba na metua. Ana course na ba no.
Yeah, pastor there be here. Ntino now conclusion is say omo betua na so omo tua because me say 20,000 nanka omo man on be man 20,000 aka so omo man 20,000 nanka wa forfeit other 20,000 no.
And also so na something which is
no. So I believe that
is kind of 70,000.
Yes. Omo say omo person omo man 20,000. Omo say or man 40,000 and on like on 20,000
down payment.
On forget it or something.
I think there are no problem in Chawan. No problem in the communicator from FIFA, right?
So
I know a different matter.
And we are different.
That's not
okay.
Salam
Because has the $70,000. Then there's a global ban,
international one
possible because of player issue. Ain't you know say you have 20,000.
Or no bet to me Abdul Salam Jacob aye in Krata. Say okay, Abia make you an installment. Probably be a budget first 20K na year can.
Okay.
Na mami Abia spread and mami 1 year.
That is if for better here.
Yeah, then American.
Because I can't say we almost come hokra.
Yes, into make just say
mama deadline
No, I have a problem.
Enti Abia ono so be insist say wo pese me spread them out there and you make half payment and more than half. Enti Abia obe demand 40,000 or maybe 50,000 or on the worst case scenario 35K.
35,000.
Into a 35K, I know say I cut 35K. No what any say be a season first quarter e be a make you 7K. Second quarter make you 7K. Third quarter e be a make you
answer now.
Until I make say enu nu ina no e yan
for efi on efi atiase okay that's fine.
Yes, into no otiase no mo assign krata. Then obetuma go ka kire efi nu say magiatum say ni. Na no so the krata no kokomo mo a because I was wagiatum no when sanso andi ubosha no so a we sanso di wakobio. Enti enu no ya another issue altogether. Me in 2025 you say esanka ye trust ade we North Africa or the obeti see ye ban you 1 year ban ye de sika bi ato mo so player bi salary account ni san man it happens but
after that you call boardroom to see na ya hwese ne enema city ye hwe de na D brain ne ade so Vipa member so na wa hwe the house of issue I don't know how it be affected the recruitment I mean because now that you person to train yakotue sika bi ansa na why we no I'm forced in sign quarter.
But is this the first time I asked in your transfer ban?
No, but I could wow the Champions League.
Yes.
So I was thinking, see, be a blessing in disguise.
Yes.
But blessing in disguise, me sure quality no.
So it means if I want me and sort out issues here, the reality is say did players
and they have to sort it out.
That is the reality.
They have to find a way.
And when him say the other player an issue, you know. A appeals committee on board to go here. So the player had to take it to CAS. It's not a CAS ruling. He even goes a long way to tell you some of the things we do here. In terms of applying the law and everything. It's a worrying, but two things. Some sort of Abdul Salam Yakubu Yukra. There's one other side too.
JT.
They have to sort. And the Francis are JT. Yeah. And player the problem Jan said he didn't like the way his contract was terminated. And Rico, you
understand that you are here yakwa say unya as o twini mu nso kakra. Ya player no ba ma assist bi o ma goals bi ni ade la say unya no so fa so bebre.
Once a player be pen professional contract, a binding, a two-way situation. I say we man. Na me sumi we man no. O from the a we
100,000.
106,000.
Chili.
1 billion is 6,000.
And they are going to struggle to strengthen the squad. Say cause say
that is some of the implications. No. The next time and Ghanaian class, me sure class has to focus. But it's the alcohol class and send me brave. Because the manner in which players are treated, no. Wow. Me hope say clubs and kind the bear this year, but has the almost that same. And I'm just hoping, say, bet me I shall some not canning any ya. Nanko how because you need his target. Me assure say one of the reasons in Tia or G2 must sign. You need his target.
Not for buy I want to me sign it.
To make sense sign they are justified by them. Kotoko justified there. Has he justified?
No, you justify still cry want to be sign. So justify still you sign a player and I justify say we see men sign player.
There's a ban. I justify.
Manus Bedio. Dear Fako, boardroom, na yen shed and now they air brain, and yeah, I'm sure there will be time to look into the boxing story. It sounds like the president, and then find the chairman of the Ghana Boxing Authority to say, Charlie, I be in that town now, what? My brain. How does that affect our boxing before we to us? Because you have such a background in Sensembibri, or no Casacra, but it can't be. How does it affect?
Mr. Bodimijidi said, as I see it, a report on the death of Nigerian boxer. A bet clear a lot of doubts. Because you see, I can say, Mr. Abraham Kote we need a lot of sympathy.
Okay.
Because our legislative sports minister is going to mean in Yeguma. These are two people who belong to the same political party.
Sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm Kote Nikwe no Kramatise was standing for MP Crap.
Oh, yeah, was standing there.
And they belong to the same political party. And the wild allegation said, what's the one to mean in Yeguma because only former sports minister under JDM and Nyafine, who is Neil Antivanderpoint. These are the allegations going on. In terms of we need a lot of sympathy. And it's not good for his ministry.
Exactly.
Especially that ministry. Me say ministry be any pressure or what you say in that ministry. Former President Kufuor Bekachiro, the first second of fire will be try will be. Na yes ministry or jailing a certain minister. Yes. Malamisa or the no koko two
a hot ministry pa.
Ayi a free ankra. Ebebo for me na ifisa ministry no. Ekwasana dan so ko Brazil ba eba besu. Everyone can call Jamaica Commission one Osun. Tie nsema efi Mustafa Yusuf Humba. Former Atuman Ponwa MP no Yegano. The OCC multiple sports complex in Yegano Okruma.
Esiama.
Keje di good niche. Even dodging no make cover crop by NSA Professor Peter Chumesumo one pressure the mom. It is some ministry de bia o person yet one sama ye better wasem. Into a monthly report in Amra. A fair report in the bar.
Report nobody see.
Na ba. Say my NSA is here.
Allegation and everybody say one person will release it.
But
what is in there?
And no, what's you on summer or no any son in the team maker? I listen to on Muhammad Amin Lamte on Asempa. And or say or must start implementation of report to be in crime. Some of matter must start implementing it. And then the woman will implement it. Then make us say Abraham Kote ni kweni we need sympathy be from Ghanaians. Because we are quite a victim. Yeah. And also into but whole side in the What is there? What is in the report that you don't want us to know? So bring the report out. Let Ghanaians read the report. Then every cry somehow okay nano. He's
been unfairly treated.
Thank you.
So you think it is the right decision? Once
the minister
man won't. My respecting the papa.
Once the minister said
is say
Obi be resign.
And GBA president.
No, by one side, so yet you.
And then I make us say, what the bar? Any ebe who say the all can no kwan
saying.
Thank you. Or so to me near Juma because only Nilan can. That's the allegation also. You can call him.
And what first will you judge man?
Thank you.
Obi resign.
And I make us say or no say a sa reason inti. Any ake na ye titin or dia resign. My respect no, you know why? Kromha enye is so be no dwuma to. GBA president is just like the FA president. Ketia so kreku wa boxing mu na wa resign no.
But omuntu aneka.
No, I mean in terms of
yes, in terms of position.
Oh, position.
And GBA yen in boxing. Boxing here na yambo ye bere ye ni anhwe boxing you. A carry weight scratching football. It's just like how we didn't take off cricket. And the cricket when the first sport starting with Kroma was cricket.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Chaskele.
And see, as I say, you're making sure say you did whatever report no dear a woman no ever present Ghanaian. Already there's a what allegation in the report. Say Omuni doctor. No mama will be addressed to nurse. No a doctor. That's impersonation, you know that.
Oh mama nurse, I am a doctor.
Thank you. Anna various friends saying organizers and agents money and microphone ni nyina no promoters ni nyina no say oh doctor I'm frɛ woman no doctor I'm frɛ say yes doctor I say yes
so oh yeah the animal no
entina let them bring the report sansem we mu nyina Mr. Bodi no kra wo mu nyina no ye nyina ye behu say o play the victims role am say chroma so ye pe Africans ye pe na ye ko na o tata me ebia na nya no kra na fe ya side with you whatever the truth e wo no ye nyina Ghanaians nyina behu then we can delve into the matter proper until say ebenya report no de kan na ye
some bear press conference per report on Monday.
Good. A ministry, no.
No, the GBA.
The GBA.
It was and can run a some press conference.
Thank you.
And I'm to assure.
And I wakasa up to now, one kasai. Ministry, no. I want one really, when the first person now, on one was Okunya.
I just hope this and
but the
first minister because they got a fine first minister.
No.
All by idiot.
Me no nyadwene.
Hey. Kroma no, sansem no. E koso no ho. Wadwe be kire say kwaku president ni ntiyo. Wadwe be kire say obi antiyo. Chief of staff no na say for mu ntiyo. Sa me omani na e koso obe se Ghanaian and also ntumi ni ye adwuma and say and sports minister afibo say be concrete am. Ye be bodi sa.
Me you see on your football minister.
Okay.
Papa yi before Obeba office. President Mahama had said, say, Obama a transparency, especially with that department, with that sector. When he was asked about Black Star budget, what did the minister say? Also, on person obey distorted. Somebody who was saying different thing, Oba into power and Okade different thing. It means you are not a consistent person. And it is not about being on radio and granting interviews. Sports Jumane is huge.
Thank you.
Eriko, I'll go back to Saudi again. Some entertainment minister, Ala Sheikh said there, been a hard journey. It was a conscious effort from government. What is the conscious effort from government to promote boxing? I'm not rooting for anybody, but from grapevine sources. When this man took over the presidency, even secretariat he was nothing to write home about.
Okay.
From his own coffers, he set up a secretariat and put functionalities there.
I say, think he's the answer. So personal issues shouldn't affect.
So if it is like Dini say, if it's on record, say minister or say, I listened to an interview of him on GH1 TV. And then Amin Lamte has been on our platform, Guide Radio, Guide Sports.
And he's been on Asempa too. Why can't he now?
On Asempa. So you don't tell me, say, whatever Amin Lamte as a PRO or whatever the president for GBA.
And Amin Lamte is your party member too.
Well, you can share the GBA president number. Shadio, Tiade.
Okay. Even the big man introduced me to him that this is one of our guys. The first day, it was okay. Then after incident is here, then the minister starts acting funny. Wow. Now he's boldly telling me he cannot work with me. And I was like,
sports minister, no.
See, I'm having a problem, personal problem with Nadam Fopa Nilante, Honorable Nilante.
Nilante,
yes.
Okay.
Meaning that dime bakum. Meaning but we have issues. That is not why I'm here. And this guy have decided to fight me always. And today, I told the minister that you can't fight Nilante's battle for him. What you are doing, natural justice will tell somebody, say, what is that same way, Nina? At least. But
that is the president of the Ghana Boxing Authority, former.
Very cool. From Asempa. Me feel could be stone China.
I like this.
And someone wakano. And yet to see you take his side. So, so Minister Akaso want to mean you have no business being there.
Because only no, you work hand in hand.
And it's stemming from boxer then that boxing promotion that happened at
Bukum Boxing Arena, yeah. Sharaf.
So there's a political undertone with whatever is happening. But the minister shouldn't forget, say, you will be over here and you're satisfied. And he's in bed with the FA.
Oh, in bed, say.
I say, You see,
for the instances, Ben, just saw in bed with Dave.
I it's so easy for sports ministers to ride on the fame of football to make it look like some weird Juma. And some of us, we've seen beyond that. Boxing is an alien discipline. Alien discipline. The last Olympic Games I acquired, there was no Ghanaian boxer. And even if you ask them, sometimes the finances to fly these boxers to compete are difficult. The conditions under which some of these boxers compete, it's not the best. So for
youth championship, I think youth championship also. One girl, I think 2 guys, they won medals. Almost almost finance.
Now, Black Queens crown on Morocco. Are there no issues?
Let's see. Press conference NASA na betin sem. How that press conference goes in some. Most of the things in there were kind of some pass. Say they actually actually the reason OGD say many man ko yenti I saw ko. And it means that personal issues.
You feel victimized.
My personal issues. Right, didn't take us away.
We said Ghana Premier League na abane we any there. You be wrap up. Na fe ya the Premier League no you be we in there. When said transfers in the Agusu, so we have time and talk about a few transfer issues here and there as time goes on. Maybe any Go Stars representing in the Champions League. A team Maka said this season Nanka 1J competition and come disappointed. I'm still disappointed because Wamutana Premier League no Samates J League Jaumo. Because minimum rivalry of course between Amone Samates. It is a house and a Kotoko. Omu the same zone, Omonka.
Yeah.
But I'm qualified as Samates. I'm tena Samates be J League Jao. But at the end of the day, I'm so to me winning. And I'm also be tested home Africa. Until I'm kono next time has no Kotoko mo kwa ebi akasa no ebi ana akofom. Because ebi mo akọ aba. The akoto of Africa no menyini say nei say has kwa Africa Kotoko kwa Africa. No mo kono ngwa man ko perform ya. Menyini say Samates be kan wasmp. Menyini say nso atere be kan wasmp because onim de ewom. Onim say amanfo omankasa koye no onim de to wo mo. So we always them well baby any Go Stars so started so almost signing a few players. Club ya Kumasi Asante Kotoko so signing a few players. When also obobo che Lami Yamala na nyewe.
Kawase.
We I'm saying
me pass am shen. Bakusi Lamin, Bakusi Vitina.
And Raman be a meneka so obi say Yama. So to me body no say player be there Yama no am say okay. So almost started signing a few players. Africa need we have strong team to compete in Africa. And with all due respect, me say any of these teams, a bit magic competition, but that's the beauty of football.
Okay.
Baby, I will need na football mouth shocks. Kotoko, I will experience. I will game nim. Kotoko, I've seen it all in Africa. And so pressure be will be swa. Kotoko na pressure be one so. So Kotoko money has someone to mean a slot in Maya. I don't think so. Kotoko because of Go Stars and got a slot to my. Because so muna moye edikanfo. Nti sa muntu mi nje slot ne maya. Untu mi mfa pressure. And to be any Go Stars so nkwaje slot ne maya. Go Stars as usual ye they will do well. Me I'm just hoping so make my second round. Me am second round o maya ade ama me. Me nim team o make sure no first one because draw ni bibia mai. But hopefully omu to me second round o maya ade. So omu group stage that's a bonus. E dey ma omu. I don't expect anything extraordinary. All I expect is they should at least advance our first round in normal second round. From the second round, you are going to the group stage. Now you share valuation of your players our Premier League in them. And me say me stated this answer must start from Frederick Asare and he said players ni bi wo ho no ma omo positions me select keke na me de to because valuation about 5-6 players
but
with the same value.
Sikana Babaye in cities and answer dollars and euros. Oh now get the cities so value players are hard boy value the cities.
Yeah, kokoto player Ivory Coast I for cities na kokoto. Yeah best san.
Okay.
Nti ye use euros no. Nti euros na ye use ye. And let me state this, say Ghana Premier League players no omo ball Premier League ni nyina no player and the value we do 200,000 euros mpo.
Yanko, take us away.
No player. Ghana Premier League here and the most expensive goalkeeper our Premier League Frederick Asare. from Asante Kotoko. The valuation is 125,000 euros for Freddie Kasari. One year consistent amount Asante Kotoko this season. But Oshe team now, or no, all the goalkeepers in the Premier League on an board until at least so much also 125,000 euros. Until the other bag in another form. But and then a bois a dinosaur.
Okay.
Now we go to the right back. Right back say what Premier League in the the most expensive right back Kamara Dini Mahmudu from Mediama. On also boy 125,000 euros.
Okay.
On their right back. We say Ghana Premier League team of the season, you know, on one right back. We say interestingly, no Frederick Kasari a team of the season. He didn't even make the bench, but he's the most expensive goalkeeper. Valuation, the most valuable goalkeeper. Our Ghana Premier League. Your left back. Interestingly, best Shoko. This is the most expensive left back in the Ghana Premier League.
Accra Lions.
Yes, Baba Salifu Apiga. Baba Salifu Apiga. A young man and a young boy. Onu is the most expensive left back. In fact, this boy is the most expensive defender in the Ghana Premier League.
Really?
Yes. By the way, on the board, Premier League defender Razak Simpson, one way Kunedu Adom, Kevin Osesibe, Samba O'Neal, Ablo, one Zakaria Hussein, Obiakam, boy win on the board. He's the most valuable Premier League defender at 150,000 euros from Accra Lions. You're quite a centre back now. I want to interesting. Centre back, no. Me will place Mako 7 on valuation here the same. Place Mako 7. Omu now boy 125,000 euros.
Okay.
Into me selective too.
Okay.
Into me we na wo hwe bench na. But you come back. Eh bia wo so bet to me decide say. Wo bet to me say eh me 2 na free me the another 2 ashem. Aha.
Okay.
Me selective too based on omo because they are all the same. The first one I selecting Joseph Ablo from Asante Kotoko. Ne boy 125,000 euros.
Okay.
The next player, and so I selecting, you know, I was centre back partnership, you know, Kevin Osesibe from House of Folk. On also boy, 125,000 euros. In
125 what the bagana city more saying.
Kwaku Boame.
I think Kawaii na Sakawa na slash. Now they are share me.
So we will look at
the Kwaku. Are you there? Why more for group and
Kwaku check 125,000 euros in mommy. Now yeah, now let's go to midfield. Midfield, you know, once I a centre back in the Michaleti too. So when you go to the bench, you see Andrew Sinti Manu from Asante Kotoko. 125,000 euros. On also market value. Done so nay. So pesa otona. Maybe a bit to BT price and a kakaba 120 and 110 and 100, but the valuation 125,000 euros. The next midfielder. When no me pesa who said midfield position by position, you know. Omo boy di yo.
Okay.
Until man position no bono. Player be and one bodu no. Our Ghana Premier League. Let's make it clear. Right back no. Player be and one bodu no. Goalkeeper no. Player be and one bodu no. Leg back no. Player be and bodu no. Me say the only position na players in the door so a centre back partnership no. And the centre back number be 7. Oh, one na me choose you two. And the other ones no so no me say ya mo ahwe.
The paper ahwe. Paper we are here.
Per the current exchange rate, 1,515,625.
It's about 10 billion Titiscano.
Yes.
Hey, Jampampa almost koto masa.
Sentina come one almost say omo yo makoko be there na won na boy $150,000, $200,000 a tro no. Nti ne bo no. Nti ne obeto Anderson team menu a uhia 10 billion. Ansa na o dey ato.
So that the market value no.
Yes, the market value no.
Okay.
The next player Lawrence Setoji from Accra Lions. This guy just 16 years.
So more valuable player.
Yes, he just 16 years. Nebo 100,000 euros. In terms of Baba P guy 150,000 euros. And away 100,000 euros. And he ono my next midfielder. The most expensive midfielder our Ghana Premier League in Mohamed Hussein from House of Folk. 150,000 euros. He's the most expensive midfielder in the Ghana Premier League. Player BNY ne bodu no. Midfielder our Ghana Premier League no. And to say defense no, yenya Baba Piga 150,000 euros. Midfield yenya Mohamed Hussein 150,000 euros. Ye kwa ye nim ni akwa kwahwe ye forwards na ebe use no. Forwards no. Right winger be and one board in Chen there for He's 125,000 euros from Mediama. The market value no 125,000 euros there for The next player I'll become a left wing. Steven Amankona. 175,000 euros.
As the top scorer in Sir.
Mekranam and Kamesha and Kamenya 300,000 euros. I agree, say so. And you know, now me check and I was
Yeah,
like,
one time top scorer.
yes, yes, 2 times.
Back to back.
Yeah.
And now me expect to say,
It's Melado-esque.
it's no boy. In fact, none boy 150,000 euros. Or G really, Nancy and the value
175.
Yes,
okay.
it's also Eddie Aqua Coco do 175. Yes, center forward. No belly the attack and the Amano. Hamza Issa of Hasselhoek. Strikers number 9 for Oklahoma now on the board. The value I was
okay.
150,000 euros.
Wow.
Yes. And my first 11 now me
Okay.
The most expensive player buy let's go to the bench and wrap up this year now. Makato a center back in a new position. Minya a lot of players.
Yeah.
But me na me select too. Yabeba ho youngest squad our Ghana Premier League na Accra Lions.
Okay.
Average age 19.2 but substitute I use you Emmanuel Kobe baby any goal stars. Only the next goalkeeper no board 100,000 euros. And afa Ndongani Simba Gimani and Samba O'Neil, you don't have friend. Asante Kotoko, 125,000 euros. Only the center back. Another center back, Abdullah Nuruddin from Mediama. Only say 125,000 euros. Samuel Kufono Razak since in our nations. Only now 125,000 euros. Because I want to know.
Basi players now around 125.
Yes.
But Zakaria Hussein, you know. I think
Zakaria Hussein 125. I don't know. The value. I don't know.
And a negotiation room. Say, be 125. I'm going to commit my own.
I negotiate. If you make market a sell on clause, don't forget Zakaria Hussein is 27. In the age, you need to no money.
The contract, a whole lot happens.
First, I'll tell what nations 125,000 euros. Lakinwa for Alatan, you know what Accra Lions, no, or my center forward, no, or 125,000 euros. Kwame Poku of Asante Kotok 125,000 euros.
One book 125.
Yes, a boy dinosaur. Only a better more in Iape.
Oh, really?
A better more say 125,000 euros. Enti, Wemo, or more waka, Obia only Habiano, on do surprise way. A few of them, they made for Romania 2 players, you are 100,000. But averagely, no, your players in a war between 20,000 euros to 75,000 euros.
Wow.
Me check
well
about 60-70% of the players, you know. And a omobo and so then. Remember the youngest squad, which is Accra Lions, older squad. What Ghana Premier League, we pay Tima. No money on average age. Yes, nice or Munfiano, away anymore.
AC Milan.
Now, Accra Lions, the youngest squad, we say 19 years, 2 months.
2 months.
And the oldest, you know, Baby Ghost Stars.
Really?
Baby Ghost Stars.
You know.
Yes, Baby Ghost Stars, some average age 25 years, 8 months. Who you are free wa? Carola United, 25 years, 1 month. Okay. Baby Ghost Stars, 25 years, 8 months. Average age. And only interesting, Accra Lions now we know. Player no when you no 25 years.
Really?
Almost players in 16, 17, 16, 17, 18, 19. Sa and we there was expensive player. And that's the most valuable player. Ghana Premier League in Muno. Steven Amankona. 175,000 euros.
Well,
player be anywhere.
Obviously.
No. After no, any Baba Piga 150.
But before 150. Despite Benasari is fight with the Black Stars in on the value no and course our
Asari and 75,000 euros.
Oh, BBH.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's not forget the age.
Only 100,000 euros crowd.
Because of the age, but maybe the quality or the amount.
Because of the age, you know.
Well, but quickly, brush it through the Tokrunimu fast part. That I will only be brabra so mamia. Now we power to America. Now I prefer today, my na chairman to Mrs. at America. I bet that's it's me a fast party aquarium. Ultra Sports Arena live on our Adom TV. And Chebeko. Anti yenshe na yenye substitution no na yenye fast na yenhwese ne wonsam so esiete e wo honom anti wonsam substitution no mo fa ba bia mo fa na mo na mo bichiri asembe krari
boardroom intina we mi say
me jojo kakra
boardroom intina we mi say Adom for mu hwe o boardroom intina we say
me sorry for your content pa gidi pa
we dey require everybody tem na di na dey MVP sabre euros na na obi say kotoko beto euros ana quickly no sikato chrome no are ready last week yentimi an ko sikato chrome because yakobo empire kakra ntina this week no hwetem
away
ya picks ni PSG or Inter Miami be see akan the FIFA Club World Cup ya call PSG straight win in that game. Then your next one, Pacho,
both teams to score.
Solid. Both teams to score in the fixture between Benfica and Chelsea. Yes, and over 2.5. And also FIFA Club World Cup.
Wow.
Yasak over 1.5 in the game. Yeah, 28.
Okay.
Yeah. And Yasak, your next pick, Flamingo ne Bayern Munich. Yasak over 1.5. Then both teams to score in the game between Inter and Fluminense. Now, Yasia Seattle Sounders win the MLS, and Los Angeles FC to win in the MLS. Into Kaboma around.
And Seattle, we fear no
Mukroma, you know, sharp.
Make a clear. Los Angeles.
Modern bomb up Bontini are form. Austin FC, and him say he also Bukari. Seattle ne Los Angeles you who modern ball in the FIFA Club World Cup. Into no 20 odds, almost 21 odds. 20.97 odds. And yeah they are to hold.
Okay, 20.97
odds.
Wow. Circle through the games, mommy. That time you go through the games
quickly. I got PSG win over Inter Miami CF in the FIFA Club World Cup. Yasan so ako Benfica and Chelsea, both teams to score, and yes and over 2.5. Okay. Then in the game between Flamingo and Bayern Munich, over 1.5 goals. Then also both teams to score
for
in the
Inter
between Inter and Fluminense.
Seattle Sounders
to win over Austin FC and Los Angeles FC so to win over
Vancouver. Sorry, thank you. Mustafa Didin, thank you. Filippo Tweke for 7A producer, Pablo my producer director, Sarah Camera Santina, and Obiasha Lai. Kejuana Gasani Erica Sedu Weri, Sonia Sports Arena next week. Bye bye.